Welcome back to another kicking in the second half, present, past, future. I might have messed up the order. It doesn't matter. Thanks for coming back to us. Tonight, we got Rudy Gobert. That's our main topic. Let's get into this. I'm D, back again with Groot. I got a white Power Ranger helmet over there and say it up to the co-host.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Hey, Hugh, how you doing over there, bro?
Hey, pretty good.
Yeah, like I said, tonight's topic is follow up to the Donovan Mitchell PPF. We're doing Rudy Gobert tonight. Shout out to all the Salt Lake City, Utah fans out there. We're trying to rep the Jazz for you. Hey, big ups to Dejan, the All Star, bro. Hey, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the like. Thanks for the comments too, bro. We were real hyped last night after, we saw you get on there and, you responded very well. So I told you we had to follow up with another Jazz video because they just been getting disrespected this year. Hugh, you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, you followed him last night. Yeah, did you check out that video of his?
Yeah, it was pretty hard. I ain't even gonna lie. It
Yo,
was
what song
pretty,
was that, bro?
pretty. How I cook up, slash talk my shit.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
Hey, it
like the
sounds good
video,
though.
bro.
Yeah,
Hey, I like it. I love it a lot, man. I gave it a thumbs up for sure. But man, I actually have to say I bumped that about 5 times before I went to sleep last night. I woke up to it. Like I thought it was creative. I love the white Power Ranger helmet. So hey, shout out to you, bro. And like I said, shout out to Utah Jazz fans. Hugh, you want to give any more shout outs real quick? I mean, we got
yeah,
some time at the
yeah,
end.
yeah. Shout out the Mr. Big Eight for your comment last night. We appreciate all y'all commenting and liking and subscribing and even just viewing the video. It means a lot to us. So appreciate all y'all.
Yeah, appreciate all the subs we got and all the views. Like we're just hyped off of that because it's kind of like a breakout for us. So that's why we're starting early on the shout outs. But yeah, let's get into this. Like I said, PPF, Rudy Gobert, long time you know, Utah Jazz player, two-time All-Star this year. Hugh, fill us in on his background, man. Give us the spill, bro.
Yeah. So Rudy Gobert, um, he is from France. Uh, from 2009 to 2011, he played for the Cholet Basket Junior team. I guess that's how they say it in France. From 2011 to 2013, he played for Cholet Basket, excuse me. I guess their varsity team or whatever they do over there. Um, so one thing that I thought was cool. I mean, I think we all know his nickname is Stifle Tower, but I never actually knew why. I thought it was just because he's good at blocking shots. But actually, I read that it's because during his NBA draft combine, he set the record at the time for wingspan and standing reach. So they said that's actually when he got that nickname. So I thought that was pretty cool. But
Bro, that's crazy. I mean, you making way when you get a nickname right before you come in the league and play a game, bro.
yeah, you ain't even drafted yet.
Yeah, for real. And you plus you're a foreigner, like you're a European player, so you got to earn that right first.
Yeah, yeah, for real. But so 2013, he declared for the draft. He was selected 27th overall to the Denver Nuggets, and he was traded later on in draft night to the Utah Jazz. And then just go over some of his awards that he's earned in the league up to this point. Um, like you touched on, D, he's a two-time NBA All-Star, back-to-back, 2020, 2021. Uh, he's a two-time NBA, or excuse me, he's won one NBA All Second Team in 2017. He's earned two All NBA Third Teams. Um, he's won four NBA All Defensive Team honors. Uh, in 2017, he was the NBA leader in blocks that year. Um, in 2018 and 2019, he was obviously the NBA Defensive Player of the Year. And in 2019, he was the French Player of the Year as well. So a lot of accolades and awards for Mr. Gobert.
Yeah, I mean he's covering on both coasts right there, both parts of the world there. That's crazy. Big in France, big over here in the States. Him and Donovan Mitchell this year got the Jazz sitting up top number one, bro. I mean, like you said, back to back All Stars, him and Donovan Mitchell. So shout out to those guys. I mean, this is another great duo. We touched on this in one of our previous podcast episodes as far as that guard big man combo. And, this is the guy that was known last year as, like, I don't know what you want to call him, like Mr. COVID, where he came in, touched the microphones, and then he was the first NBA player to test positive for COVID. And the league got shut down, like sports got shut down. Like, that was crazy. That was crazy. And then you hear the rumors about the relationship of him and Donovan Mitchell, and just didn't know what was going to happen to that team after. But they came back strong in the bubble, bro. And unfortunately, they lost to a 7-game series to the Denver Nuggets, a team that I feel like now is probably envying the Jazz, because their roster with their guys and their depth, they probably felt like they should be where the Jazz are now. But with Denver making it further, I would say maybe some fatigue set in there. But the Jazz, man, they're playing with the chip on their shoulder and still getting disrespected though, bro. So like, this is a tons of motivation for these two guys on their team. Like, I definitely see, like I said before, Donovan Mitchell becoming like, I think he has the potential to become like a superstar caliber player. I mean, this dude's like 6 foot, bro. I mean, not to compare him to too many big names right now. I don't want to jinx it or rush it, but like Allen Iverson was a small guy who could just kind of take over games and score at will. Like, Donovan Mitchell still got some time to reach his prime, but this is about Rudy Gobert. This guy's in his 8th season in the league, and he's 28 years old. He's in his prime. I think when you were mentioning stats, I wanted to bring up, I got in my notes that in 2017, he had a 30-game streak of 10 plus boards. So, I mean, this is like one of those traditional old school centers as far as compared to some of the other centers that shoot threes now. Like, this guy can get you a double double. He's going to get you blocks. I mean, like you said, the defense is no joke, no question. And as far as him being there with Donovan Mitchell, I don't see him carrying a team on his own. But when you get the right pieces around them, like they have, and you're allowing Donovan Mitchell to grow and still be the leader in this system, and you got Rudy Gobert there to back him up, I mean, man, the sky's almost the limit as far as this. Only thing that's going to hold them back for me this season, as far as making it to the ultimate goal, is just experience. Like, you just got to keep playing and grinding and keep your head up for sure. Like, if you don't make it as far as you think you should make it this year, it's not because you don't have the pieces, you don't have the talent, or you don't have the coaching. It's just experience. Sometimes that can be overpowering. But right now, with them looking healthy and still staying on top of the West, like, it's not a fluke. Earlier in the season, it might have looked like, hey, man, the Utah Jazz, they started out hot. Maybe they got a chip on their shoulder from the bubble, but we'll see what happens. They're up there, bro. Like, they're a legit threat to like everybody, which is blowing my mind. And yeah, just to touch on Rudy Gobert. I mean, sorry, did I cut you off, Hugh? You got anything you wanted to add? I mean,
No,
I'm kind of
I
diving
mean,
into his future right now. Like, what do you think about that?
nah, yeah. I mean, like a couple of things you touched on. I mean, if you look at his stats, I mean, he doesn't, uh, get that many assists, as some big men do, like Jokic. He averages a lot of assists and stuff like that. He's not a 3-point shooter. He's not those things. So, I mean, why you think that might be a problem? It's not. I mean, and I think that's why he fits his role so well there in Utah. He's asked to do what he has to do, which is crash the boards, block shots, and he does that with the best of them. I mean, if he was in a different system where he was expected to make threes and be a passer and stuff like that, I don't know if he would excel that much. But I mean, his role in this system that they're in Utah, and what he does, I mean, I just think they're a match made in heaven. And so, I mean, while you look at the stats and being like, man, he's only averaging 1.3 assists a game, you know, um, those are low numbers. 0 3-pointers made a game. He don't even shoot the three. You're like, man, but I mean, look at the record. I mean, that speaks for itself. I mean,
That does.
he's balling, and he's not, he's like you said, he's not like a traditional how big men are like becoming now, like these new guys like Jokic and Embiid and stuff, that they get some assists and stuff like that. He don't really do that, but he don't need to. And so I just think it's nice just to see more like a traditional big man like you talked about.
You touch on a key word there for me, Hugh. That word was role. As far as what you're saying is what he does for the team. I mean, not to get it wrong, people. Superstars and all stars, they have roles on their respective teams. So for anybody that gets too cocky on their team and don't respect the fact that they excel in a certain part of the team's, structure or chemistry, and they don't want to, contribute in that way and want to do other things, like that can break up a team big time. But he knows his role as an all-star. And for me, like, I think of him as like his ceiling being like a prime Dwight Howard, but slightly better in the way because Dwight Howard's game doesn't fit the modern game anymore. But Rudy Gobert still plays some of that style, but like you said, he knows how to work in the system. So his game has become modernized where okay, it's a stretch out game. He doesn't have to sit there and dominate the paint all day long because they're not always going to dump it down to him. They're going to shoot threes, but they don't need him to shoot threes. They just need him to play his role and be that, like you said, that stifle tower there. Like, okay, if you're not doing it on the offensive end, we're going to get you some looks, maybe some lobs, but on the defensive end, that's where you eat. That's where you work, bro. And yeah, I just, outside of injuries, this guy's legit. I mean, he's already proved that. And like I said, he's in the middle of his prime or at the beginning of his prime, however you want to look at it for a big guy. I mean, he's under 30. Like I said, experience is all that matters to me at this point for them. So the next 2 years, at least outside of injuries, this guy's going to keep dominating. And, maybe he's defensive player of the year again, Hugh.
It's looking like that.
Oh, for sure, man.
He get my vote.
I got one more question for you, though. One key question.
Let's hear it.
The future of it. Where do you see him? You think he stays with Utah Jazz?
Yeah, I do. Like I just touched on, I think his role just fits him perfectly there. I feel like he should want to stay there to succeed the best way he can. I think Utah should want him there because I mean, you don't see many big men in the league like him nowadays. And yeah, and like we just did a podcast a couple days ago on the duos, like you talked about. We talked about Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert a little bit. I mean, I just think they're a perfect duo there, and everything seems to be right in Utah, and I would try to keep that the way it is. If I was him, I'd want to stay there, and if I was Utah, I'd want him to be there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think just keep with what you got there. Maybe at the end of his career, he might be something they trade away. As he gets older, if he gets injuries. But yeah, definitely ride that out while Donovan Mitchell's there and growing up into his prime. Keep him all those years that you can, as long as he's healthy. Um, but yeah, I just lost my train of thought of something that you just said I was going to touch on. I think I was just going to do like a comparison again with Dwight Howard because I don't want to get the misperception that this is like the James Harden Dwight Howard tandem, because it's not. Like you said, again, the roles there and the team chemistry. It's not taking two great players and seeing if it can work. We know it can work, and they're growing together and fitting the mold of the team. So yeah, I just like what the Utah Jazz has done there. And like I said, I felt like before early in the season, the Denver Nuggets should have been where the Jazz is currently. No disrespect to them, just because they have almost the same mirrored team. So could argue that they could be like 1 and 2, but the Denver Nuggets are trying to climb up in the standings. I don't think they're going to reach the Jazz, to be honest, to finish this season. The way it's looking, I think the Jazz just stays there number 1 overall in the whole league.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, like Denver. I mean, they'll probably climb a little more. Like, I don't think they're far from past the Lakers now. I'm sure they'll. I see them maybe being like fourth or something like that. But yeah, I don't think anybody's going to come near Utah.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have that advantage. I'm not trying to blow smoke either. They're going to have that advantage in the first round because, the way they're doing the play-in format, the 7 to 8 seeds, they got to play in to get in there. And the 8 seed, that means they would have had to play at least 2 games, if not 3, depending if the 9th or 10th seed actually becomes that 8th seed. So, that's like a window of 3 days, I believe. And then the playoffs basically start right after that ends. So there might be a day of rest, 2 days probably max for whatever team gets the 8th spot. And if the Jazz are playing them, like that's going to be an easy win. And that's going to just contribute to the rest factor if they can just go through the series pretty easy or pretty quickly into the next round. So, I don't think we're going to see that Denver Utah matchup early on with the Denver Nuggets climbing. So maybe second round, maybe Salt Lake can get some revenge. Tell me what y'all think y'all might do if y'all meet up against Denver, and definitely leave in the comments. If you like these videos, just please put out there what you want us to do next, what players But yeah, big shout out to everybody who viewed this last video, the PPF of Donovan Mitchell. 100 views, man. That's just so exciting for us. And I'm gonna have to do something special. Like, definitely want to do another player, but I mean, for the Jazz fans out there, if anybody in particular you want us to talk about, shoot, man, I might have to get another shirt or jersey or something for Utah, just because of that video alone, bro. I don't know about you, but yeah, I definitely want to represent for y'all. But again, if you like our content, please send us a like, send us a sub. That way you are notified and you can keep track of all of our content that we put out, not only the PPFs, but also our podcast. We do a little bit of shoes segment, which we're looking to expand a little bit on that as well. And but yeah, Hugh, give some more shout outs here, bro.
Yeah, I realized earlier I forgot to shout out ES, my little bro. Yeah, he dropped a comment on the last video. He wants us to do Harden, so we go. I know a lot of people know Harden, but we still gotta hop on that. We like to do what the viewers ask. So yeah, we'll have to hop on a Harden for him. And yeah, shout out my mom. She finally subscribed. So shout out
Hey,
my mom.
yeah, for sure. Hey, you want to get like the Harden shirt or jersey or something, man? I don't have anything in Brooklyn.
Uh, I mean, probably not. I can just
I know
wear
you're a
something
Harden
black.
fan. Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll definitely work on getting that out there. Like I said, just leave your comments out there. Follow us here, or subscribe to us here on Kish YZ KISH space YZ on YouTube. Catch us on Anchor.fm, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Google Podcasts for the audio only. That's under Kish YZ as well. We're starting to get active on Twitter, Kish_YZ, and hopefully Instagram here. So, trying to get on all different social media platforms there and just, get our content out there and share with y'all and listen to y'all as far as what y'all want to hear. So, yeah, thanks again for any new viewers, any new subs. Definitely keep it coming because we're definitely invested in this as far as our heart and soul. We're passionate about putting out these videos. That's why we're been busy putting out so many videos over the last week. And Hugh, I appreciate you doing this on your day off. I normally give you this day off and then try to do something solo, but like I said, this is for the Utah Jazz fans as far as how urgent and how rapidly we got this video out. I was planning on doing this with cousin Fred next week on Thursday, so that would have been a whole week later, basically. So yeah, I'm gonna shout out to you, Hugh. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, like you touched on. I mean, big milestones, man. We had a lot of comments. God, we've gained what? I mean, 4 or 5 subs, something like that, in just the last like 24 hours, basically. I mean, we've had most comments we've ever had on a video. We had by far the most views we've ever had on a video. So yeah, I mean, yeah, no problem at all, man. I'm
I
glad to see
mean,
the
yeah,
channel's getting some attention.
not to veer off from this, subject. Obviously, we're done talking about Rudy Gobert, but yeah, just for us personally, our content, still fairly new. Uh, Saturday marks basically exactly a month since we had the channel up, and our biggest view was like that PPF we did early in the week, that Demontis Sabonis. So I was like, bro, these PPFs are pretty cool, and obviously people are liking them maybe because they're short videos, but and then yeah, that was our highest view count. And then last night's video, over the course of 24 hours before we recorded this one, over 100 views. Like, that was awesome. That was a great feeling, man. I woke you up last night just to let you know we had 30.
Yeah, you called me at like 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, just one big shout out again to Dijon, the All-Star. Check him out. He's got some new songs he's putting out, some new content. I like his style, to be honest. Like, that's what's most impressive about me, just the individuality. And yeah, definitely shout out to all the Utah Jazz fans. And yeah, keep it here with us, and we're kicking in the second half. You say bye to the people, bro.
See you next time, people.
All right, everybody. Peace and love.